Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a sketchbook tour. Alright, so we're starting out with some drawings from high school. This book is roughly in chronological order. I did my best. Most of these are just loose drawings I've had. I say sketchbook kinda because I was never really good at keeping consistent sketchbook. I always would tear out my favorite ones or tear out the ones that I didn't like. This one was one of my favorite ones that came from an original sketchbook. So now I've compiled all my sketches into a mini portfolio book. And it's actually fun to put together. Here's Tanjiro. I think I had just finished watching the first season of Demon Slayer around that time. A fun portrait. These were very memorable to me because of all the detail. Most of these are in pen, and now I love the pen. I used to not like the pen. It used to be so intimidating for me because you can't take anything back with a pen, but I don't know, struggling with it, I got better. The hard part about the pen and what I'm proud of this piece for is being able to do or create values with the pen. That's difficult, but I'm glad I was able to convey a bright light in that window. You can tell with a lot of these early ones, I was obsessed with figuring out how to cross-hatch, do hatching to create values. These are probably two of my best portraits I've ever done with a pen. Another portrait, more poses. I really liked how this pose came out. I thought it was very fun and a little sassy. These were fun. I don't usually draw animals, and so I remember doing this the day of, and the animals were super fun. I should draw more animals more often. A building. I really like the detail on this one. This was for school. And these, I remember these were me practicing so hard on trying to draw men because I usually draw females, but I think this was good practice, and I had just finished watching, I think it was season 3 of Invincible. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And these hand pages I'm also really proud of. You can tell as you go through I ended up being more and more comfortable drawing hands. I never really practiced drawing hands because they are so intimidating to draw, but once I got to them, I actually loved doing it. And another good thing about the pen is it's intimidating at first because you can't take anything back, but it also helps you make bolder decisions. So now I'm more distinct with what I draw. These are more portraits I tried. I added some marker in them. My friend, he hijacked the sketch and wrote his name, claiming that it was him, but it was not. I do see the resemblance, but not intended. These are pretty cool. To help me try and learn how to stylize men, I still do, I look at my favorite comic artists and how they stylize male characters. These were Jim Lee, I believe. Very cool. And a Psylocke. More male portraits. This one was pretty cool. I added some gray marker in there for some shading. Oh, and then I think this was recently, fairly recently. Oh, there's the date there. But my family, or I had just watched the Fast and the Furious movies with my family, and so I had to draw Paul Walker. More male portraits, more Jim Lee studies of the DC characters. I drew my pastor giving us a Bible study, and because he's bald, my friend put a Lex Luthor quote on him. Some more practice. Batman and Catwoman. It is Pattinson. I love Robert Pattinson as Batman. And funny thing about this one, my family was at a furniture store. I grabbed a kid's coloring page and I drew Batman on the back of it. So if you flip it over, there's a coloring page on the back. More sketches and portraits. Now I think I have more colorful sketches. I love using the red pen actually. Super fun. Sometimes I think using the red pen relaxes me more than the black one. Boba, my favorite thing to drink. And sushi, my favorite food. I need to draw more food and animals. I remember these were so fun. I need to do them again. More portraits. Oh, and you can tell moving through the book, I was less of a stickler for detail. Now I move with a much more free and confident hand. I still like cross-hatching, but like, I'm not as much focused on meticulous detail. Last page in this book, more portraits that I wouldn't think are as good, but I left them in here for educational purposes. And Spider-Man. Not every sketch is the one, but that's how you get to the better ones. And that's it for this book. I do have a second book I'm working on, so stay tuned for part 2. Bye!